G'day guys, and welcome back to another episode of U-Boat on board U-606. You joined me around about midnight on the 18th of August of 1944 as we head out of the port of Bergen in Norway. We're heading up to sectors AB5 and AB9, which is right up into the guts of the Arctic Circle, just north of Norway, slightly west of Russia. Hopefully we're going to go out there and pick ourselves up quite a few convoys of enemy shipping in the area. So just have a look at the map here. So we're heading up north again. Once again, hopefully to find a little bit more than what we did last time. I know the last episode ended up being a little bit short. We'll just get our guy here to jump onto the map reading because he's got nothing else to do. So here's our area, which hopefully we're going to find something this time. If we don't, then we're going to come around here, right around the north and towards these Russian ports. You can see that the Allies are beginning to take France still at this time of the war. But we're going to focus around here, we'll do our patrol, and if we don't find anything here, then we'll just head out into the Atlantic Ocean and hopefully pick something up out there. Okay, so we've been and done our patrol. We didn't actually find anything in the search area, which is a little bit of a shame, I must say. I was quite hoping to find a large convoy at least, but like I said before, we'll head up off into the Russian territories. There's a little bit of a shame because the intel when I selected the mission did say that there was a large amount of ships in that area, so a little bit disappointing to absolutely find nothing, but you know, we can only take what's in front of us and we just gotta move on, and we're not going home empty-handed. It's been a long time coming, but we finally found something. So we got ourselves a fairly large sized convoy and the chase is on, so let's mark their position and we're going to start chasing them down. I reckon they're heading towards the Russian port, so I think we better speed up so we can try and overtake, and we'll get ourselves into a good position to hopefully hunt them down. So here we are, we've got our first ship leading the way. Lucky for us this time it's not a destroyer, which is quite unusual. It is a C3 cargo, so we'll just recognize her from our book here. And we know the course is 96. I did that off camera, I've done it many times. We are guessing that they're doing 7 knots because we haven't been detected yet, and we'll figure out the distance. So she's bang on 5k, which is pretty much the maximum that we can allow. Now we are going to try going for maybe 2 ships at one time here. There's quite a bit of high value stuff. You can see there's an Empire something or other there. Looks like another Empire. We want to be taking down the bigger targets, especially the ones with the guns. There's a C3 there. And there's a Liberty cargo. I think we'll roll with the Liberty this time. They should both be doing the same speed, same angle. Just recognize her up. And I would say that we'll be firing at the Liberty first because she looks a bit closer than the C3, and then we'll duck and dive and hopefully we'll hit something. Yeah, so she's just over a kilometer shorter or closer to us than that C3. There's no point checking the speed actually, we are pretty certain that they're only doing 7. So what we need to do is launch the torpedo. No, we don't really need to be looking at that. We need to launch the torpedoes towards the C3 cargo first, and then we need to just give it a minute while those torpedoes make their track, and then we can shoot at the Liberty cargo. We'll just double check our distance just in case she's gone out of reach. She probably shouldn't have. No, she's got closer, that's good. We'll launch 2 torpedoes at the C3. Tube 3, Tube 4. Get those flooded and we'll fire those away. So here we got the Liberty. Hopefully we're going to be just about right. Do want to launch 2 torpedoes, but
Rohr
we
1,
don't have too
bewässern.
many, so we'll just flood tube 1. Looks like it's going to be a while because he's loading. He's not warming the other torpedoes, which is whatever. Just trying to work out, make sure we got the timing right.
Los!
Fire that away. There we go, got a good hit on the Liberty and a big fire on board. It's quite promising. Normally I like to fire 2 at a Liberty because they're massive ships. Hopefully it's going to be enough to take her down. Not too sure if we've got our timings right, so we'll just check. And the alarms are already ringing. And our torpedoes aren't really on the right path for the C3, unfortunately. She's doing evasive maneuvers now. So that means that there's 2 torpedoes just wasted, unless they happen to pass by and hit another ship, which is probably quite unlikely. Well, unfortunately we didn't hit that C3 on the previous attempt, so we're going to try again this time. Hopefully we'll have a better outcome, because we don't really have a luxury of unlimited torpedoes. So we'll start the recognition solution all over again. I will double check the speed just in case they're still freaked out from the previous attack on that Liberty cargo. You never know what they're up to at the moment. Stop the clock as the back passes across, and that's exactly there. 7 knots is perfect. They should still be doing the same course as before. It does look like they're doing a little bit more, but it's always worth double checking. You can never be too sure what they're up to, especially once you've raised an alarm. So we'll just use the protractor here, pull that down a north to south line, pull that across. Yeah, it has changed by quite a considerable amount as to before.
Rohr 1,
That's
bewässern.
definitely 2 torpedoes
Rohr
again.
2,
Hopefully we get a
bewässern.
hit this time, because otherwise we're going to be down by 4 torpedoes, which we don't want. We want to be making sure that we hit targets every time
Los!
possible. That's 2 really nice hits there on a C3. Hopefully it's going to be enough. Doesn't look like we've started a fire as of yet. But I normally like to say when the mast falls over that she's in pretty serious trouble. And yeah, you can see by the damage report there, she's not looking too good. So hopefully it's enough to send her down. But we'll keep an eye on it. We can always finish her off with the deck gun if we have to. Well, we've had an eye on her for some time, but she doesn't look like she's going to go down without a gentle push, so I'm just going to mark the area that she's in. There's plenty more in the convoy for us to try and take apart, so I want to come back to her once we've maybe taken a few of the other ships out of the equation. Yeah, she just needs a bit more of a push, but unfortunately I don't have time for it, so we'll come back. Well, we're up the convoy again. We've let a little bit of time pass since we attacked that C3 before. But we've got our eyes on a tanker, which is quite a big prize. Looks like a Dale class, and you can always tell by the name that's on the front of it. It is quite a big clue. But we pretty much know what they're doing, but we will double check everything. First of all, the distance, just to check she's within range. I'm pretty certain that she is, but need the accurate reading. And we'll just check the map. So they are still doing what they were before, which is 132 degrees. So that's perfect. Just need to double check that the speed, so that she's actually calmed down enough for us, so we'll let that go. And once the back of the boat passes the crosshair, stop the clock, 7 knots. That's perfect.
Rohr 1,
2
bewässern!
torpedoes, probably unnecessary. These things do like to kind of blow themselves up if a torpedo hits, so we'll hope for the best with that. So tube 1, fire away. There we go, got a good firework display there. Wasn't as much as I was hoping for. Oh, spoke too soon. A little bit extra. Hopefully that'll be enough to put her down. Looks like we've blown the lifeboats overboard though. Don't know how the crew are going to be escaping, but not my problem. We're here to sink ships, not take passengers, so hopefully it's enough to send her down. Well, it looks like we've done enough. Looks like she's going down, and the crew have managed to find themselves an extra couple of lifeboats, which is good for them. They can sail their way back to Russia or try and land in Norway or whatever they want to do, but I won't be helping them. But looks like we got rid of that cargo ship for them. Well, we're back up with the convoy. We've managed to hopefully give them enough time to calm down from the previous attack. Got ourselves an Empire Bell, possibly, but just start working on a solution for that. So that back mast is the highest point. Start checking on that. Just want to double check the angle of bow or angle of travel. It's not really an angle of bow because it's irrelevant what she's doing to my boat. It's more about what direction she is actually traveling. So they've changed by about 1 degree from the previous attack, but that's not really too much concern. We'll just chuck that in as normal, and we just need to check our speeds in front of the boat. Start the clock there. In the back of the boat, stop the clock, 7 knots, perfect. Tube 5, no. I said tube 4. Tube 5 is kind of my fail-safe. It detects an enemy motor, so if we're in the crap, then that's what we send away. But tube 4 for now. And good job. Got ourselves a nice hit there, right at the front of the ship with the torpedo. Got a fire on the deck. Hopefully that fire is pretty much going to finish the job for us, seeing as 50% damage is not enough. We'll speed time up just to see if that fire can spread and help us out. Looks like it is, that's good. Hopefully 1 is enough. It is always nice when 1 is enough. Just looks like she needs to take on water, that's all. So hopefully she'll go down. And it's even better if the front of the ship falls off. That makes the job much easier. Definitely don't have to come back and finish it. And now we can just sit back and watch her sink. So we're back with the convoy, or what's left of it. And we've got another Empire here. And this is the same ship as what we just sunk before. But I think I may have recognised the one before incorrectly. So here's an Empire Explorer. And the giveaway is the mast in the middle. So I'm pretty sure they're doing 7 knots. They've had plenty of time to calm down. The mast in the middle is actually the top point of it. So that's what we need to be lining up. So right there. Well within range. And we are going to launch hopefully another single torpedo. In tube 5. I know I said it's a fail-safe, but we're running low on our main torpedoes, so I'm hoping 1 will do the job for me. There we go, we've got a good hit. Tube 5 always, because it's a T5, I always put in my 5th tube. it's one of those ones that goes for the propeller, goes for the noise. So it's almost guaranteed to hit something. That's why I tend to use it if I'm in trouble, because I can just launch it and it will just go to the nearest thing that it picks up. Hopefully it's going to be enough, but it doesn't quite look like it will be. Well, a single torpedo wasn't quite enough. We've got our guy on the deck gun who will shoot, and she shouldn't take too many shots, and hopefully she'll go down. But I don't know, maybe the T5s aren't quite as strong as the T3s or the T2s or whatever, but she hasn't quite done the job for us here. Well, she's heavily damaged, but I think maybe just another few more shots. Just looks like she just needs to take water on now, and I'm pretty keen on helping her out to do that. If we can put a few more holes into the side of the boat, or the back of the boat, as we're looking at it. Yeah, there is a fire on board, which is obviously going to help us out. Should reduce the amount of shots I need to put into it, but she's definitely going down, no matter how many shots it takes, and we might as well just add that one to the tally. Well, she is one stubborn mistress, I'll tell you that, and shooting the water doesn't really help, but you know, a couple more shots. Yeah, she's going down. That's a couple more ships to our tally right now, which is good for us. At least we can get back to port and take some sort of claim. Okay, well, pretty much finished with the convoy. We do still have this one ship that we marked before, the C3 cargo, I believe. And seeing as we're on our way home and we're only passing by, we might as well just help a brother out. We'll send her down to the bottom. It's going to be quite a large ship for our tally, which is good for us. If we had missed it, it would have been almost a waste. So much value in this ship here, we might as well make the most of it, sink it down. Shouldn't be too many more shots, hopefully, but definitely want to make sure that we get rid of it. Well, she didn't need too much in the end. It was just a few shots for persuasion, really, but the alarm bells are ringing. She's on her way to the ground, and that'll be the last of that. It's a little bit something extra for us to take home with us, so the BDU should be proud. So just one last thing before we leave. There's a few survivors on this boat, so we'll just check to see if there's any officers, seeing as they're the higher prize. We do get some XP or whatever for picking up passengers. No officers to take with us, so we'll just take a full capacity of survivors. Just gives us a little bit extra to take back. Yeah, might as well interrogate them when we get there. Well, U-606 arrives back at the port of Bergen on Friday the 15th, 1944. Wasn't the most eventful outing that we've ever had, but we did manage to find one decent convoy. We didn't rip it apart as much as I would have liked, but can't have everything you want. So we're pretty close to getting our next medal, which is cool. Quite keen for that. Here's a little list of all the ships we've sunk. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well, 36,000 tons isn't too bad, and you know, we completed the mission for them. Can't be asking us for too much more than that. Not too bad, I would say. Well, anyway, that's a wrap for this episode, guys. Sorry it's taken so long to upload again. I've been a bit sick, and you know, work takes the priority over making YouTube videos, unfortunately. I wish I could do more, but I just can't. Any feedback, welcome in the comment section, and if you enjoyed the episode, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and if you're a returning viewer, then stay tuned for more. plenty more to come. Thanks for watching.